What is rhetoric? Rhetoric is the art of effective or persuasive speaking or writing, especially the use of figures of speech and other compositional techniques. It is also known as the art of persuasion and leadership. Here are some of the rhetorical devices, their meaning, and examples. Number 1. Anaphora. The deliberate repetition of the first part of the sentence in order to achieve an artistic effect. Let's take an example.
Why are you mad? I want my money right now. Right here, all right? I'm so sorry. I don't have your money here. I gave it to Coron.
The repetition of the word right attempts to create an emphasis. That is anaphora. Number 2. Epizeuxis. It repeats one word for emphasis. Let's take a look at this example.
Let's go home. I'm really tired.
The school was fun.
Are you serious? There were a lot of tasks to do. That was not funny anymore.
Using a epizeuxis to convey what a wonderful time she had at school. Number 3. Antanagoge. It is simply a figure in rhetoric wherein if there is a negative point in a statement, then there is also a positive point to balance it. Let's take a look at this example.
Lori was an amazing and strong woman, right?
Yeah, did you know the killings? Yes, she tells me that she enjoys her life with a woman.
See how happy she is alone.
While the woman living alone is a negative point, she is also enjoying her life, which is the positive point. Number 4. Appositive. This is a literary device that appears before or after a noun or noun phrase. It is always used with a comma. Simply, we can define it as a noun phrase or a noun that defines or explains another noun which it follows. Let's take a look at this example.
My mother will bring me to the country fair. How about you?
My father, a fat, funny with a beautiful eyes and subversive wit, is trying to decide which of us he will take with him to the country fair.
I wish that you are the one who he will take.
This is another good example of non-restrictive appositive, in which the noun father does not need extra information, but the author has used a long noun phrase, a fat funny man, and a subversive wit to describe it. Number 5. Oxymoron. Is sometimes called a contradiction in terms and is most often used for dramatic effect. Let's take a look at this example.
Did you heard something about God?
Yeah, he's talking about the ghost here in our campus.
That was seriously funny.
Contradiction in terms seriously and funny. Number 6. Parallelism. Uses words or phrases with a similar structure. Let's take a look at this example.
He said it. Your father was also good enough. Yeah, we love both numbers. Oh, that's great. Like father, like son.
An example of a popular phrase demonstrating parallelism. This technique creates symmetry and balance in your writing. Number 7. Enumeration. Makes a point with details. Take a look at this example.
Did you see the hotel owned by Mr. Graham?
Yes, the hotel was almost done.
The hotel renovation, including a new spa, tennis court, pool, and lounge, is finally complete.
Uses specific details to describe how large the renovation was. Number 8. Analogy is a comparison in which an idea or a thing is compared to another thing that is quite different from it. It aims at explaining that idea or thing by comparing it to something that is familiar. Metaphor and similes are tools used to draw an analogy. Let's take a look at this example.
The structure of an atom is like a solar system that reproduces the sun, and the electrons are the planets revolving around the sun. That's what our teacher taught us last time, right? Yes, I was just reading a plug for you to be able to recall what our teacher had taught us.
Here, an atomic structure is compared to a solar system by using the word like. Therefore, it is a simile. Metaphor is used to relate nucleus to the sun and the electrons to the planets without using the word like or as. Hence, similes and metaphors are employed to develop an analogy. Number 9. Allusion. Reference is a person, place, thing, or event. Each of these concepts can be real or imaginary, referring to anything from fiction to folklore to historical events and religious manuscripts. Take a look at this example.
See how beautiful this place is. Absolutely. This is like Garden of Eden.
This is the biblical allusion of the Garden of God in the book of Genesis. Number 10. Alliteration is a term to describe a literary device in which a series of words begin with the same consonant sound. Let's take a look at this example.
Jeffrey, what is the job of Mary? She sells seashells by the seashore. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Alliteration is meant to be more than a tongue twister, though it's used to emphasize something important that a writer or speaker would like to express. Number 11. Amplification involves extending a sentence or phrase in order to further explain, emphasize, exaggerate certain points of a definition, description, or argument. Amplification can involve embellishment or technical elaboration. Either way, more information is added. Take a look at this example.
I don't know how to do my assignment in math. Imagine you are struggling with a math assignment. You are better to go in tutoring center to talk to a math tutor. Or take such an idea.
Normal sentence. The assignment was complicated. In this sentence, necessary information is conveyed. The assignment was complicated, but the tutor will need to know what specifically made the assignment complicated in order to help. Number 12. Antimetabole is derived from a Greek word which means turning about. It is a literary term or device that involves repeating a phrase in reverse order. Let's take a look at this example.
You know what? I love Grace, but I can't be with her because she's from far away. If you can be with the one you love, love the one you will. I'm with Anne, and I love her too. But I love both of them. Let me think about it.
It repeats a phrase in reverse order. Number 13. Antiphrasis is literally the use of a word or phrase in a way that is opposite of what it really means. Antiphrasis is used in sarcasm and irony. Let's take a look at this example.
Oh, where's Mark? Our good and very strong friend. This with Grace, they go to canteen. Oh, they were here. Mark, let's go to the faculty room.
They don't mean that Mark is huge. The truth is he is tiny. Number 14. Hyperbole. It refers to an exaggeration. Let's take a look at this example.
Can you please turn on the electric fan? Yeah, again. I have done this million times. You are kind, right? So please, can you?
Indicate that you're very familiar with the task is an example of hyperbole because it is unlikely you've really performed the task a million times. Number 15. Antithesis, which literally means opposite, is a rhetorical device in which two opposite ideas are put together in a sentence to achieve a contrasting effect. Let's take a look at this example.
Did you once think about money? Yes, and money is the root of all evil, and poverty is the fruit of all goodness. You are right. Many people fight for the money. Some also kill just for the money.
Two opposite ideas are put together in a sentence to achieve a contrasting effect.